Hi guys, it's Linda from the Crafting Depot, and today I'm going to show you how to take a book. This particular book is from the dollar store, and I'm going to use the cover to make my next book. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, and let me see if I can lift this up, is I'm going to open the book, and I'm going to open both sides of the two covers. One second, I gotta put my glasses on. And now I have the book standing up, and so what I want to do is cut along this edge without cutting the back part of the cover. So I'm in here and I'm just cutting along. Can you see that? And I'm opening up the book like that. Let's see how we're doing. Hopefully we don't lose the back cover, but if we do, we can fix that. So we want to take the glue part off, separate that. Here we go. Should have come off a lot easier. Of course, when I'm videotaping, it's going to give me a hard time. Okay, let's go on the other side. So now we're on the other side, and we're going to cut along. It's probably good that you see me struggling, because then you see what can really happen. Okay, so now I have it like this, and as you can see, it's really glued in there. So I'm going to cut along here, and I'm going to be very careful not to cut my hand. And you can see I already cut it. Darn. Okay, that wasn't good, but you know what? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get it off. I'm going to win. I'm going to win this battle. Okay, here we go. That's what you get for cutting up a book. Okay, the struggle is real, guys. Okay, so I got it apart, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape on here. So I have some UPS tape, and I'm just going to take off a piece. This is the end of the roll, so hopefully I have enough. If not, I have another roll. And I'm going to just go over this piece right here in the middle. And I'm using UPS packing tape. And you know what? I'll just bring it around here this way. Wait, that's not... Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fold it down. I'm going to fold this down. And then I'm just going to put another piece on this side just to... Whoop! See, I told you that was the end of it. All right, so we'll cut that off, throw that in the garbage. And we'll just use this piece like that. And then I'll put my finger in here to get the curve. And there we go. We're ready. We're in business now. So we're going to bend that in with my fingernail. Bend that in, and there we go. So we have the inside of the book. Now the outside of the book we'll be using for further projects. So let me put this away. So now I have this really pretty piece of material with rosette flowers all over it, and I think it's going to look really cool as my cover. So what I want to do first is, what was the name of this one? Jason Rosenthal. My wife said you may want to marry me. Okay. So now we are going to put glue all over the back of this book. And you want to use, you don't want to use a glue stick. You need to use something strong like, okay, let me get the name of this. Fabri Fix. Fabri have several bottles in the drawer, so you want to use Fabri Fix glue, and I put it in the Sugar Bell bottle because it just makes it easier, according to Pam from the Paper Outpost, which is my best friend here in Florida. And I am going to adhere this glue all over the front cover of this book that I'm making. Okay, so I think we're good. And we'll put a little bit more here, up and down, across, and everywhere. And then I'll just take my finger and smear it all over. And up and down here. And all over here. And around. And the best part of this is when you get the glue off your finger. Remember when you were in elementary school and you had all that Elmer's glue? Well, that's what happens here. And then I'm going to cover the glue. I use a pin. It just works easier for me. And then I'm going to turn it over and lay it nicely on this fabric. And then smooth it out and turn it over. And that's going to be a really nice cover. And then what you want to do, see, when I first started doing this, I was cutting the corners. Don't do that. I found it's much better to just put the glue on the corner tabs like this, and then press the corner tabs up. You get a nice edge. Comes out much better. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over here, and we're going to put some glue. Am I still in mirror? Yes, in mirror. No, I mean in camera. I'm going to do the other corner, 2 corners, and we will fold this over and do that corner. Let's put a little bit more glue on this side. And we'll fold this one over. And then we'll go around and do this corner. It's so funny. I'm talking all the time about how I'm losing things. This morning I couldn't find my scissors and they were right there on my desk, but underneath some papers. And I had just cleaned everything up. I'm walking around the condo looking everywhere. Come back in, I go, okay, I'll do another task. I'll do something different. And I move the papers in there. They are. Okay, so now we have the sides, and look how nice this is going to fold up. So it's going to fold up like that. First time using this material, so we're going to see how this works out when we put the paper over it. So this is a experiment because we got to put flat paper on top of that. I'm wondering how that's going to come out. So we'll find out. Worst thing that happens, we figure something else out. Not a big deal. Okay, spread that out. Wipe it off. And press it down. Move it up. Do the same on this side. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit underneath there. Press it down so it's nice and flat. There we go. And then I'm going to move this over. I know I didn't mush it out. Tried something different. Okay, turn this over this way. Let's get some glue here. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I had such a great day yesterday. Got invited to a new girl that I met down here, Marie. And she loves to cook. She's got a new boyfriend. Invited us over to her place. There was, I think, 2, 4, 6 or 7 of us. And then we went down to the beach. It was such a beautiful day, gorgeous. And she made some really nice hors d'oeuvres. I made a chicken salad with cranberries in it. Everybody liked it. It was really good. And today is Sunday. So here we are crafting today before I go out. And look at how nice our cover looks. Now the next thing we need is a piece of paper, not a piece of paper, we need paper that's going to go inside. So before I do these two sections of the book, I also need to cover the inside where it folds. So I just cut off a piece of material that I liked, and what I'm going to do is just try to trim it down here about, well, maybe around here. So it's going to be hanging over. It's going to go inside, hang over. Now here I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to use the Fabri Fix. So we're going to put glue inside here, along and down. And then I was trying to think about what do I really want to do on the inside, and I always gravitate towards more colorful, bright colors. And I think I'm thinking I might just go with a plain off-white cardstock, and I will show it to you in a minute. So let's get this glued down like that and press in here, and then we're going to trim the other side. Okay, so I'm going to put glue here on this area. Let's see how that works out. That works out pretty good. And then I'm going to take this and wipe off the extra, and then I'm going to fold it in with my nail. I'm going to press down. Okay, so let's just trim this side a little bit. A lot of people just put little cuts in here and then they rip it. They pull it apart. I don't know. I like cutting it better. That's just me. And then put your glue down here. And we're still sticking out at the other end. We're going to fix that. Okay, so we're going to push the glue out. And then we're going to bend this up and crease it. So now we have, what looks like inside. And then what I'm going to do is just snip off a little bit of this. There we go. And then I will take the glue and go in here and here. Okay, there we go. So the next thing I'm thinking about is, instead of making bright colors in here, I want this to be soft. So I have some cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down on top of the book like that. And I want it to just come up to the edge. And I want it to come, so I need to shave off about a little bit here so that it comes up to about there. And then I'm going to pick my book up, and it's going to go, it's better to, okay, what I do, this is how I do it, real technical way. And I'm going to cut it about here. So let me take it to the cutter. So I took my piece of cardstock and I was able to cut it, and I got two pieces to fit the book. So the book is, in case you're interested, the book is from the dollar store. It is approximately 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. And my inside pieces that I cut are 8 by 5 1/4. So these are going to get adhered down to each side, and I have no idea how this is going to go on top of this material. So what I don't like is that this piece here is hanging over a little bit longer than my book page, which I don't really think is a big deal, but I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to use my scissors and just trim to make it look a little bit better. Let's go. Okay, get rid of that. The next thing you want to do is just glue down your pieces. So again, I'm going to use the Fabri Fix. Well, you know what? I'm going to use both because the inside is paper. So I am going to use the Scotch permanent glue stick on the inside. So we'll just go inside like that. And then I'm going to take the Fabri Fix, which is in the Sugar Bell bottle, and I'm going to go over it like so. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm going to put glue. I don't know why it's getting stuck. I must have a jam in there. Probably going to have to open this bottle after this video and go through it. Okay. There we go. Glue, glue, glue. Good. Go down. There you go. And you know, when you're doing this, you can always just, you'll see, you can just, where you miss pieces, you just go over it. Not a big deal. Okay, so you want to place that down, and then you want to pick up your book and make sure that this is not going to interfere with the page lifting up. See what I mean? Okay, and now you can see this is not really sticking down all the way. So what I need to do is just go over it on the edges. Go over. And go over here. We need more glue. And stick that down. And I might have to put something on top of it for a little while to let that adhere permanently the way I want it. Get that down. Ah. And I got glue all over me. That. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. And I'm going to use the craft glue stick on the inside because paper, this sticks good with paper. And then because there's cloth here, I'm going to use the Fabri Fix, and now it's coming out much better. There we go. And you can see it's coming out better. Put a little bit of glue in here. Okay, and then we have our other piece, which we're going to line up approximately like that and glue it down and fold the paper up, and as you can see it folds up real nicely. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. You know what, I'm going to get a baby wipe. I'm going to get a baby wipe. Try to get all this, 1 second. So that's how you start your book, and look at how adorable that looks. Now we still have to do the signatures inside. I'll probably do 3, and I haven't really completed. I'm working on my signatures right now, so it might be a little while before I make another video, but I'm just, this video is going to be just about how to cut your book and start your book cover. To do the signatures is really easy. I just have to get all the papers that I want to go in here. All right, have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. So I decided to finish the book, and I have 3 signatures here. Each signature has 5 sheets, which are doubled over, which gives you 20 pages times 3. You have 20, 40, 60 pages to write on. And so what I did previously was I measured out the inside of where my 2 pages meet. So basically what I did was I just put a piece of paper down and, you know, I folded the paper up, drew a line, cut it, and then I estimated, as you can see, I drew 3 dots, and then I drew a straight line down, and I put 3 dots in the middle and 3 dots on the bottom. And that's where I'm going to line up on my book, and I'm going to use this crocodile. Can you see a crocodile? And what it does is it makes holes, and it makes it so much easier to put your signatures in. I think this might be too big. Let me see. I have these clips, so I think what I'll do is this. Nope, that's not going to work. And I'll put it here. And what I want to do is bring this in and make my 3 holes. So I'm going to bring it over, and you move the crocodile over. So it's got different settings. So when I bring it all the way over to the back, I get the larger hole. Now you can use I forgot what the name of the other thing is. Okay, wait a minute. We're going to go, let me see how. Okay, no, we're going to use the middle one. So if you look down here, it's got 3 holes. You can't see it, but it's got 3 holes, and then it's got an area to put the little bead things in. So we're going to use the middle hole, and I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to bring it down to where that first hole is, and I'm going to punch a hole there. So that's 1. Punch a second hole. That's okay. It's a little difficult going through now. I wonder why. Maybe I have, oh, because you know why it was hard? Because I got the thing on the other end sitting down, wondering why it wouldn't go through. See, you learn something every day when you make your mistakes. Okay, there's my second hole, and I'm gonna finish this, and I'll be back. So now you can see I punched 3 holes, the top, the middle, and the bottom. And there's 3 holes on the back, which I'll probably have to play with to get the thread through. So I forgot, the next thing you want to do is line up your papers and put a pencil mark where you're going to put your signatures. Not where your signatures, where you're going to put your holes for your signatures. I need a better eraser. This one's over a little bit. Let me just move it over a little bit more, right there. Okay, and then what you're going to do is turn it inside out. And you're going to go over it, and this time you can use an awl. I just use this little awl. And then you just punch your hole through it. You go on the seam. You have your hole for 1. Okay, that's one. 1 is done. And then you're going to do the same thing with the other 2. So the next thing you do, I put holes through all my signatures. Can you see it? It's kind of dark in here. Why is it so dark? Turn on the outside light here. Okay, I hope you can see this. It really is dark. Okay, that was it. My battery was dying. All right, so the next thing I do, after I punched my holes in my book and I used the awl to punch the holes in my 3 signatures, I went and got some waxed thread. And what you do, and this is an all-purpose needle, so what I do is I measure 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and with the end of this 4, it's a little bit more than 4. So this is the tricky part. You go in through your top, right? And then you go into your hole where you want this to go. Now that was the easy part. Then you pull it. Oh no, I'm wrong. Goodness me, gracious me, Linda. Okay, wait a minute. I made a mistake. That's not where you start. Okay, we're going to do this again. So you got your paper lined up. You don't go through the right side. You go through the middle. So the middle, and then you go through the middle of your hole in your book, and you pull it through considerably. And then I will try to find my top hole, only because I have this flower. Oh, right through it. Okay, so I got my top hole, and I'm going through my paper. Can you see that? Okay, paper, paper, paper. So I went through the top, line that up. Okay, so in through the middle, out through the top, in through the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Now, I've made mistakes where I've put my thread into one of these other holes. Make sure you put it into the same hole that it lines up with the top holes, because otherwise it's going to be crooked. Okay, so go through there. And then you want to come back out through the middle. So you're going to go back in through the middle. Find your signature and pull it out. Pull it through. You got it through. Now you want, let's see, let's get closer. Wait a minute, this way. Now you want your threads to be on the same side, so you're going to move that over, and you're going to pull this tight, and then you're going to tie 2 knots, one this way, and then one under and over, through, and you're going to tie a knot there. And I mean, if you want, you can put a bead on here. So you know what, I'll leave it like this because I don't know what I'm doing later. So that's signature number 1, and now we're going to do the rest of them. Okay, so I continued doing the video because I felt it was important for you to see the whole finished project instead of me doing part 2. So we cut our book, we made our signatures. There's 60 pages in here. They will be decorated. We put each side, I used off-white cardstock. It's not coffee dyed or anything, but it will be decorated on each side. And I think it came out really cute. So next, we will be filling this up with cute little ideas. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching my videos. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.